We've been told your medical information is supposed to be private, but I bet you still have a healthy skepticism about whether it's actually secure. Brad Gladish is here to prescribe some assurance. Brad is an enterprise security specialist. So welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
I mean, of course, doctors keep files on patients. So what is it that's keeping that information secure?
Sure. Well, in 1996, the United States government passed what's called the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. It's a mouthful.
Yes.
But most people know it by as HIPAA.
Right.
And basically, in general, what HIPAA does is it outlines the security requirements that health insurers and medical providers must follow when they're protecting health information. Now, obviously, the government regulations are extremely important, but at Medical Mutual, our customer information is gold, and we just feel it's the good business practice and the right thing to do.
Okay, so all this information, what kind of information that's included under the HIPAA rules?
Sure. So anything that you would think would be in your typical medical file, past conditions, current conditions, and future conditions that you may have. It could include notes from conversations that your doctors may have had about your treatment or your care. It could also include a lot of information that other companies that support hospitals and clinics, those are called business associates. So third-party billers, there could be other data providers, and all of these people need this information, and they're holding on to it for a legitimate purpose.
Okay. There's a lot of people, though, it sounds like, when you're going to the doctor, and then there's the transcription person, and there's the billing person, and there's the insurance company. That's a lot of different people.
It is, yes.
How do we make sure that that is all still secure?
Sure. Well, a lot of those entities will be under the laws of HIPAA, so therefore it's considered protected health information, and there's the rules they have to follow. For example, HIPAA dictates what people can do with this information, who can see it, how they can share it. There's a rule in there called the minimum necessary rule. And basically, when people need to use this information, they have to use the minimum necessary to perform that task.
Okay.
Now, there is one caveat. If a doctor is talking about your care or your treatment, they are able to disclose more information than the minimum necessary.
Because that might be actually needed.
Absolutely.
Okay, so maybe minimum necessary for a biller might just be name, address, and code or something like that. Okay.
Right.
Now, systems are being hacked all the time. Social security numbers are always getting out there. How do we know that the system doesn't get hacked by into one of these providers of service?
Sure.
People who have the information?
Sure, absolutely. So for an organization to begin protecting sensitive information, it all starts with a risk treatment plan, which allows them to identify risk, address the risk, and hopefully prevent the risk from happening. So some of the common practices that many organizations do, including Medical Mutual, is use passwords or PIN numbers, which makes the information only available to people who have that password. You can encrypt the information, which jumbles it around and makes it unreadable, except to people who have a key to decrypt it and then view it. But the important thing is you also want to have accountability. Who's accessing the information? When are they accessing it? And what are they doing with it?
Okay, so the HIPAA rules cover all of this stuff with all of those different providers, and it's safe, right?
Well, it's safe for those who are under the laws of HIPAA, okay? So there are a lot of other organizations out there that need legitimate access to the information. Employers, workmen compensation carriers, and life insurance companies. They're all asking health information. Fortunately, the privacy and security of protected information is a hot topic right now. So there are other laws in place that hopefully those organizations will be under to still protect your information. Yes.
All right, so let's give a HIPAA hooray to Brad for joining us today to explain these privacy policies. To learn more, use the information that's coming up next.
Find out more about Medical Mutual of Ohio by visiting their website, www.medmutual.com/2014options, or call 1-866-488-3266. Next, don't let your computer force you into probate at death.